Hello friends, today's story is from the Jharsuguda district of Odisha. On May 7, 2016, some people were passing by the Sakbari factory in Raipur district, Chhattisgarh. Suddenly, they saw the bodies of a woman and a girl lying on the roadside. News of this spread quickly, and a crowd gathered at the scene. Someone immediately informed the Chakradar Nagar police station about the incident. As soon as the news was received, the then station in charge, T.I. Amit Patil, along with his team, rushed to the spot. Within 10 minutes, they arrived and carefully examined the situation. They saw that a woman and a girl were lying on the ground covered in blood. Tire marks were clearly visible on their bodies, suggesting that they had been run over by a vehicle. The police suspected that this was the result of a well-planned conspiracy. T.I. Amit Patil immediately informed his senior officers and sent both bodies for post-mortem. When the case reached the media, senior police officials also became active. The very next day, the then IG Pawan Dev and SP Sanjeev Shukla, along with several officers, inspected the crime scene. During the investigation, officers speculated that this case might be linked to call girls. Given the seriousness of the case, a special team was formed, which included T.I. Amit Patil, Crime Branch in charge Rakesh Mishra, and several other police personnel. The investigation team alerted all district police stations about the incident and collected information on recently missing persons. When no solid lead was found, the Raigarh police expanded the scope of their investigation under IG's instructions. Police teams reached Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, and West Bengal. Through the superintendents of these states, pamphlets with details of the bodies were printed and distributed to help identify the deceased. A few days later, Saroj Das, a constable posted at the Bargarh police station in Odisha, saw one of these pamphlets. He became deeply worried. The descriptions of the bodies matched his sister, Kalpana Das, and his niece, Pravati Das. The key point was that both had been missing for a few days. Saroj Das immediately contacted Crime Branch Officer Rakesh Mishra at the number given in the pamphlet and informed him that his sister, Kalpana Das, was a lawyer by profession. A few years ago, she was married to a man named Sunil Srivastava, but at present, she was living separately from him. Additionally, Saroj Das provided the police with Sunil Srivastava's phone number. With this new information, the police became hopeful that the mystery of the case would soon be solved. The police summoned Sunil Srivastava to Chakradar police station for a detailed inquiry. When the police showed Sunil the photographs of the two dead bodies, he broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. He identified the woman's body as that of Kalpana Das, but could not recognize the girl. He revealed that he had been living separately from his wife and daughter for the past 10 years. He had divorced Kalpana in 2011, and over time, he had completely lost touch with her. Sunil further stated that Kalpana had been living with former MLA Anup Kumar Sai. Before the divorce, whenever he went to meet his wife and daughter, the MLA would not allow him to see them. When Anup Kumar Sai's name surfaced in the investigation, the police immediately informed their senior officers. Following their orders, the investigation team conducted a deep probe into the matter. It was discovered that on May 6, 2016, Kalpana and Anup Kumar Sai had spoken over the phone. The police had already conducted DNA tests on both Kalpana and Pravati. Now questioning the former MLA was necessary. Therefore, the police issued a notice summoning him for interrogation. However, he kept making excuses, trying to evade the police. Under pressure from the ASP, Anup Kumar Sai finally appeared at Chakradar Nagar police station. He spoke politely about the incident, recalling that he had joined the Biju Janata Dal under the leadership of Naveen Patnaik. Being part of the ruling party had made him politically influential. At that time, Odisha was governed by the Biju Janata Dal, while Chhattisgarh was under Raman Singh's BJP government. The coordination between both governments impacted the investigation, and as a result, the double murder case was pushed into cold storage. Meanwhile, in Chhattisgarh, the BJP faced a crushing defeat in the 2018 assembly elections, and the Congress formed the government. When this case reached the Chhattisgarh government, Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and Home Minister Tamradhwaj Sahu ordered the Raigarh police to conduct an impartial investigation. At the time, Raigarh's superintendent of police was Santosh Singh, who reopened the case. Since Kalpana Das and her daughter Pravati had been brutally murdered by having their heads crushed, the case was a major challenge for the police. They began closely monitoring Anup Kumar Sai's every move. After 6 months of surveillance, the police gathered crucial evidence proving his involvement in the heinous crime. The investigation revealed that Anup Kumar Sai had provided Kalpana Das with a house in the Sundarpada colony of Bhubaneswar. He was paying hefty fees for Pravati's education at a prestigious school and had taken them on trips to Goa, Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, Delhi, and several other places. When the police examined these details thoroughly, it became evident that there was substantial evidence against Anup Kumar Sai, evidence that he could not refute. He admitted that on May 6, 2016, he had murdered his live-in partner, Kalpana Das, and her daughter Pravati with an iron rod. Not only that, but after the murder, his driver, Barman Topo, crushed both bodies under a Bolero vehicle at his command to make the deaths appear like an accident. After the arrest of Anup Kumar Sai, the police also took his driver, Barman Topo, into custody from Rajnagar. He too admitted his role in the murder. Following this, the police visited the crime scene and recreated the entire murder scenario to understand how the crime was executed. When the news of this arrest reached Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, he immediately dismissed Anup Kumar Sai from his position as chairman of the Warehousing Corporation. Additionally, he was expelled from the primary membership of the party. During police interrogation, the reason given by Anup Kumar Sai for the murder was extremely shocking and horrifying. He explained in detail why and how he killed Kalpana Das and her daughter. His confession was so chilling that even the police officers were left stunned. Friends, before moving forward in this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe now. Also, like and share this video. Lastly, do share your thoughts on this crime story in the comments. Now, let's continue and delve deeper into the story of this crime. Kalpana Das was the daughter of Rudraksh Das, a resident of Rajnagar in Jharsuguda district, Odisha. Apart from his daughter, Rudraksh Das also had 2 sons. He ensured that all his children received higher education. While studying in college, Kalpana fell in love with Sunil Srivastava, one of her classmates, who also lived in Rajnagar. Their love deepened, and they decided to get married. However, when Kalpana informed her family about her relationship, they refused to accept Sunil as her husband. But Kalpana was determined. She defied her family and one day secretly married Sunil Srivastava in a temple without informing anyone. This happened in the year 2000. After marrying Sunil, Kalpana left her father's house. Sunil too opened an electronics shop to make ends meet. Even after marriage, Kalpana continued her studies. In 2002, she gave birth to a daughter whom she named Pravati. During this time, Kalpana also completed her law degree. Kalpana was initially happy with Sunil, but soon, reality hit her hard. She began noticing flaws in her husband. The biggest issue was financial struggles. Sunil's earnings were limited, and Kalpana's ambitions were not being fulfilled. Whenever she expressed her desire to visit a tourist place, Sunil would complain about money. He neither took her out to restaurants nor on vacations. Kalpana had always dreamt of a luxurious life, but Sunil was content with a simple one. One day, Kalpana insisted on going to Goa. Sunil, trying to reason with her, said, "Such trips are for the rich. People like us cannot afford to go to Goa." His response irritated Kalpana. She was tired of this restricted, monotonous life. She wanted more. She wanted to fulfill her dreams. So one day she said to Sunil, "I have a law degree, so why not use it properly? If I start practicing law, I will earn money and we can have a better life." Sunil found the idea appealing and promised to support her. With his encouragement, Kalpana started practicing law in Rajnagar. As time passed, she also reconnected with her maternal family. Her visits to her parental home became more frequent, and gradually her relationship with them normalized. However, establishing a career in law wasn't easy. Kalpana faced many challenges. One day she shared her concerns with her father, Rudraksh Das. He advised her, Success in law doesn't come just from knowledge, but also from good connections. The stronger your connections, the better your work prospects. Kalpana, curious, asked, Papa, what do you mean? Smiling, Rudraksh Das replied, I will introduce you to Anup Kumar Sai, a senior Congress leader and the MLA of our area. He is a good acquaintance of mine and can help you. He meets hundreds of people every day. If you stay connected with him, new doors will open for you. Kalpana liked the idea. The very next day, she accompanied her father to the MLA's residence. Rudraksh Das introduced her to Anup Kumar Sai. The MLA assured Kalpana of his full support. At that time, Kalpana was only 24 years old, and her daughter, Pravati, was just 4. Anup Kumar Sai was immediately drawn to Kalpana. She started visiting his home and office regularly, assisting him with his work. Their closeness grew, and within a short time, they became deeply involved with each other. By 2006, Kalpana had completely become a part of Anup Kumar Sai's life. Eventually, she decided to break ties with Sunil Srivastava and separated from him entirely. Sunil's married life was shattered, while Kalpana took a new turn in her life. In 2009, when Anup Kumar Sai became an MLA for the 3rd time, he bought a plot in the prestigious 24 Sundarpada colony, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, for Kalpana. He built a 2-story house for her. Kalpana happily moved into the upper floor with her daughter. The lower floor of the house was given to a contractor, Sharad Sahu, who managed the property. In reality, Anup Kumar Sai had kept Kalpana Das as his second wife. He took care of all her financial needs. He even legally acknowledged Pravati Das as his daughter and enrolled her in the prestigious St. Xavier's English School. Kalpana started living happily. Anup Kumar Sai had a strong reputation in the region as an MLA. He was a key figure in the Congress party despite the fact that the Biju Janata Dal was in power in the state. He was repeatedly elected as an MLA from Congress and had a significant influence and dominance in the area. Anup and Kalpana lived together with love. They traveled to various tourist destinations across India with their daughter, Pravati, visiting places like Goa, Hyderabad, and Visakhapatnam. However, over time, Kalpana began to feel that she was just another woman in Anup's life and had no real status. She insisted on getting married to Anup. Anup Kumar Sai assured Kalpana that he would marry her soon, which calmed her down for a while. One day, former MLA Anup Kumar Sai was staying at Hotel Meghdut in Jharsuguda, Odisha with his lover Kalpana Das. Kalpana's 14-year-old daughter, Pravati Das, was also with them. The topic of discussion between Kalpana and Anup was marriage. As they sat in the room, Anup looked at Kalpana and said, Kalpana, let's go to Raigarh in Chhattisgarh. There's a Sai temple in Hamirpur. We will get married there. Some of my relatives are there as well. We will stay there for a few days. Now tell me, are you happy? Kalpana looked at him with doubtful eyes and said, Look, I don't trust you anymore. So many years have passed, and all you have done is exploit me and my daughter. I don't know when the day will come when I will find peace. Kalpana's harsh words enraged Anup Kumar Sai. He then looked at his driver, Burman Tapo, and said, Burman, let's go to Raigarh. Upon hearing his master's order, Burman Topo immediately got ready. He had been Anup Kumar Sai's driver for many years. Not just a driver, he was also a trusted employee who always obeyed his master's commands. He respectfully said, Sir, I will wait near the car. Saying this, he left the room. As the atmosphere in the room calmed down a bit, Anup Kumar Sai tried to persuade Kalpana lovingly. In a soft voice he said, Look, Kalpana, I promise you this will be the last time. After this, I will never give you any reason to complain. I will never upset you again. Hearing this, Kalpana calmed down slightly. She didn't say anything and sat in the Bolero car with her daughter. The distance from Jharsuguda to Raigarh was about 85 kilometers. The Bolero set off towards Raigarh. It was May 6, 2016. Anup Kumar Sai, who had been an MLA 3 times, was then the chairman of Odisha Warehousing Corporation. He was considered one of the close associates of Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik. His relationship with the Chief Minister was so strong that even when he was denied a ticket in the May 2019 Assembly elections, he still had the Chief Minister's support. Due to his political influence, he was given the position of chairman of the Warehousing Corporation. Anup Kumar Sai was elected as an MLA from the Brajarajnagar Assembly constituency in Odisha in 1999, 2004, and 2009. On the morning of May 6, 2016, he left with his lover Kalpana Das and her daughter in his Bolero car, heading towards Raigad. About 2 hours later, they entered the Chhattisgarh border. During the journey, their conversation continued. Gradually, the conversation turned into a heated argument. Kalpana angrily said, "Look, my life is already ruined because of you. But now, I won't let my daughter Pravati's life be destroyed." Hearing this, Anup Kumar Sai also became furious. He retorted, "Oh, your life is ruined because of me? Have you ever thought about what you were before and what you are now? Everything you have today is because of me. If I wasn't there, would your life be the same?" He continued in anger, "For you and Pravati, I put my entire political career at stake. I lost my reputation. I lost my MLA position. I even severed ties with my wife and children. And now you say I did nothing for you?" Kalpana remained firm and replied with the same intensity, "Lies, absolute lies. If you truly loved me, why didn't you give me my rights? Until you do, I won't leave you." Anup tried to calm her down and spoke softly. "Look, I am explaining to you with love. Give up your stubbornness. Everything is yours. Whether I write it on paper or not, everything belongs to you. The real bond is not on paper, but in the heart. If my heart is with you, then why does it matter if I write it or not?" Kalpana was not convinced. "Don't try to fool me with your words. It has been 12 years. I can't be patient anymore. Now you must marry me and give me a share in your property." Anup Kumar Sai was enraged. "So this is your final decision?" he asked. "Yes, this is my final decision," Kalpana replied firmly. "Fine then," Anup Kumar Sai shouted. He signaled the driver, Burman Tapo, to stop the car. The driver immediately stopped the vehicle. Anup Kumar Sai opened the car door and stepped out. "Come out! Come out!" he said angrily. As Kalpana stepped out, Anup quickly went to the back of the car and grabbed a heavy iron rod. As soon as Kalpana stepped out, he attacked her brutally with the rod. The first strike on her head made her scream and collapse on the ground. Hearing her mother's screams, Pravati panicked. Seeing her mother injured, she ran out in fear. But Anup Kumar struck her on the head with the same rod. Her head split open, and blood gushed out. She too collapsed on the ground. Both mother and daughter lay wounded, bleeding profusely. Anup Kumar, enraged, shouted at them, "You want to marry me? You have your eyes on my property? I will kill you." He struck them multiple times with the iron rod, ensuring their death. After murdering them, he placed the blood-soaked rod back in the Bolero. Then he turned to his driver and said, "Make sure their bodies are unrecognizable. Crush their heads with the vehicle." Following his master's orders, Burman Tapo started the Bolero and ran over their bodies multiple times, disfiguring their faces beyond recognition. This heinous crime took place on a deserted road near Ma Shakumbari factory in Raigad, Chhattisgarh, under Chakradharnagar police station limits. After brutally murdering Kalpana Das and her 14-year-old daughter Pravati, Anup Kumar Sai fled towards Brajarajnagar, Odisha, in the same Bolero. Anup Kumar Sai believed he could escape after committing the murders. However, justice eventually caught up with him, and the police arrested him. The Raigad police arrested 59-year-old Anup Kumar Sai and his driver Burman Tapo under IPC sections 302 murder, 201 destruction of evidence, and 120B criminal conspiracy, and presented them before the Chief Judicial Magistrate of Raigad, who sent them to jail. Friends, the purpose of sharing this story is not to disturb or upset anyone, but to make you aware and cautious. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments. Also, mention where you are watching this video from. If you appreciate our effort, please like and share the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so.